this morning. We'll have new numbers on inflation for the month of February.
Financial markets and the Federal Reserve will be searching for signs of easing inflation in the economy. Amy Lou has more from Washington.
Well, Destiny and Patrick, economists predict that prices will rise 0.4% in February, but it's unclear how that number will affect the Fed's original plans to raise interest rates. With the latest bank failures that rocked financial markets and stock prices, analysts say the Fed may consider a potential pause on interest rate hikes at its meeting next week. Month to month, inflation continues to be unpredictable, but year to year, inflation has fallen for 7 straight months, a reassuring sign the Fed has been looking for. But the agency chairman says inflation is still too high, and raising rates may further help bring prices down. Other signs like February's jobs report showed a tight labor market and strong economy. Overall, inflation remains high as prices are up 6.4% compared to last year. In Washington, I'm Amy Lou, WYFF News 4.
Vice President Kamala Harris's office says that she'll be traveling to Africa later this month. She'll be the most senior Biden administration official to have visited Africa. It comes as the administration seeks to bolster its relationships with the African countries as competitors like Russia and China have made inroads into the region. Harris is scheduled to visit Ghana, Tanzania, and Zambia. The White House says President Biden is also expected to visit the continent later this year.
Well, check this out. The official first stamp featuring King Charles III has been released. This one shows the monarch facing left without a crown on his head, unlike his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II's iconic stamp. It comes from an image created for new coins featuring the king. The stamps will be available for pre-order starting today and for sale on April 4th.
Fountain Inn has officially broken ground on a new brewery and restaurant space. It's near the railroad tracks in the downtown area. 3 historic buildings are being repurposed into a brewery, green space, and a number of restaurants. City leaders and supporters recently gathered at the site there for the groundbreaking ceremony, and we're told the goal is to preserve as much of the original buildings as possible.
Really, from day one, the vision for this has always kind of been a bridge from old to new. We want to take something old that meant so much of the history of Fountain Inn and maintain a lot of the history and give us a newfound use.
Nate Tomford currently owns 2 breweries in Greenville, and he says Fountain Inn is the next area in the upstate with room to grow.
In some ways, I don't feel like we're selling beer. We're selling an environment. We're selling a space. As a result of a cool, fun space to come out and enjoy with you and your family or your dog or significant other. As a result of that awesome space, you will then have a beer or you'll have some food.
In all, the mill there at Fountain Inn will be nearly 15,000 square feet of family-friendly options. The plan is to pour the first beer in early 2024.
Lunchables will soon become part of school lunch programs. Kraft Heinz, the company behind Lunchables, say 2 new varieties will be in school cafeterias this fall. Lunchables turkey and cheddar cracker stackers and Lunchables extra cheesy pizza. These are different than those that are found at the grocery store. The company says they have improved nutrition that meets federal guidelines for the National School Lunch Program.
Okay. For the first time in more than 40 years, the Furman Paladins are heading back to the big dance.
And the question now is, how will they match up against the best in college basketball? Well, 3 professors at Furman are using math to help find the answer. For the past 10 years, they've used data to identify the likelihood of certain teams winning certain games. More specifically, they assess the likelihood of an upset.
Now, they say this year, Furman's matchup against Virginia has the highest probability of an upset out of all of the matchups in the opening round.
The model, at least for us, shows that Furman has maybe a 40% chance of winning. Now, what does that mean? That means that that still Virginia is favored to win. But if you're going to pick an upset or 2 in your bracket, that might be a good one to choose.
Destiny, that's exactly what I did in the first round. I picked Furman over Virginia.
Really?
I'm probably not alone, though.
Okay.
Especially after this story. Upsets in general are unlikely, but Harris says the average percent probability of an upset taking place is in the mid-20s.
He and his team generally keep an eye on the games that have a percentage higher than 25. Number 13 seed Furman will take on number 4 seed Virginia on Thursday in Orlando.
All right, very exciting.